今回、日本語のセクシーと英語のセクシーについて話しますね。どっから始まればいいんですかねとにかく使い方が全然違うなと感じています。日本ではいろんなところでセクシー、なんちゃらかんちゃらありますよね。例えば国民的なアイドルグループ、セクシーゾーンよくあんな名前つけたなといつも思ってます。あとは最近セクシー田中さんというドラマも出てますよねどうしましょう。まあそのセクシーは日本語ですよね。日本の文化といいますか。問題はですね、英会話、日本の方が日本語の感覚で英語のセクシーを使おうとするとドン引きされてしまう可能性がもう十分ありますね。特に子供に関してはセクシーを絶対に使わない方がいいですね。いくら冗談っぽく言ってももう確実にダメですね。So we'll be looking at this issue using 4 logical steps. Look at the problem, the reason, the solution, and some examples. So let's move on to the main topic, sexy. First, let's look at the problem. Your dress is so sexy. Your dress is so sexy. This is not a grammar problem or even a vocabulary problem. It's most definitely a cultural problem. Of course, in this particular case, it changes depending on whether a man is speaking to a woman or a woman is speaking to a woman. But either way, we have to be extremely careful so as not to offend anyone, especially in these times when people are becoming more and more sensitive and aware to issues such as sexual harassment, sexual equality, and sexual abuse. I like your new haircut.
I just got it done.
It makes you look different.
What do you mean?
You look really sexy.
I don't think that's a very appropriate thing to say.
But you look sexy.
You're making me feel very uncomfortable.
But I'm paying you a compliment. You look sexy. That's a pretty straightforward situation. It's flat out sexual harassment. But how about a situation like this? Look at this picture of my dog. Oh, wow. She's wearing a little swimsuit. Yeah, it's just for fun. Wow, sexy. Right. Can you give it back to me? Sure. I've got to go. So the point I'm trying to get across here is this. The feeling of the word sexy is so powerful, it can make some people feel very uncomfortable. Even when you're saying it in a jokey way, like in the situation before with the dog in a swimsuit. Why would people react like that? It might not seem like such a big deal, but it is. Let's investigate more in the next part. The word sexy is the adjective form of the word sex. Now, here's the funny thing. I feel that in Japan, the katakana version of the word sex, or as you would say, sekkusu, has a similar meaning or heaviness to the English word. So in English and Japanese, sex or sekkusu are not a topic that you would bring up lightly in a conversation, right? The word sexy has the same amount of seriousness in English, but I feel that it's almost looked upon as being another word in Japanese. In English, the spelling is S-E-X and S-E-X-Y. Basically the same. But in Japanese, sekkusu and sekushi. They almost seem like different words. Sekkusu has a little tsu, but sekushi doesn't have the little tsu and it ends in a shi, which is long and soft at the end, which is very similar to a lot of other adjectives in Japanese. 嬉しい、寂しい、悲しい、難しい、sexy. I would never ever use the word sexy in front of my mother. It just seems way too personal and kind of private and not the kind of topic that you want to be talking about with your mother. Gives me the shivers just thinking about it. So what I'm trying to say here is don't use the word sexy quite so lightly. Consider the impact it would have on the other people around you. So, when do we use the word sexy? Let's find out. Now, you may be thinking, I've seen the word sexy being used in loads of English songs. It's mainstream entertainment. It must be all right. Justin Timberlake, SexyBack. Rod Stewart, do you think I'm sexy? Hot chocolate, you sexy thing. But they're pop stars. They're allowed to be naughty. So what would be some alternative and softer expressions instead of using the word sexy? Attractive. She is a very attractive young lady. I think Mark in sales is really attractive. That's a very attractive dress. Gorgeous. Your daughter is gorgeous. I met a gorgeous guy last night. Your dress is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful or handsome. Your wife is beautiful. You're a lucky man. He has 2 handsome sons. Your dress is really beautiful. Let's look at how we would use the word sexy in English. Marilyn Monroe had such a sexy body and way of talking. Patrick Dempsey has been voted as the sexiest man alive for 2023. She is so sexy. If she looks me in the eye, I might have a heart attack. Similar words to sexy could be seductive, alluring, captivating, or hot. So you can see we only use the word sexy for things involving sex or people who make our hearts beat faster and give us hot flushes. It's serious stuff, not to be used lightly. She gave me a sexy look and ran her fingers through her hair flirtatiously. To flirt is to behave in a playful way in order to catch the other person's attention. It's sometimes done for fun, but often has sexual undertones. It can be done by both men and women. Some fans say Brad Pitt looked his hottest in the movie Thelma and Louise. When someone looks hot, they look very sexy and attractive. The word hot is used more often than the word sexy, as it seems kind of more conversational. Look at this picture of my daughter. Wow, she's all grown up. Such a beautiful girl. So if someone is all grown up, it means they don't look like kids anymore. We often see this in the movies when people haven't seen each other for a really long time. Some people have a sexy phone voice, but when you meet them in the flesh, it's disappointing. Maybe you've had the same experience with voice actors. Their voices sound so amazing, but when you see what they really look like in the flesh, you kind of feel let down. Do you feel that the word sexy is used differently in Japanese and English? Let me know how you feel down in the comments. I'm really interested to hear what everyone thinks about this particular topic.